Hi everybody, it's Sharon. Today I'm in San Jose State University. I'm in front of a statue of two athletes who competed at the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico City. They were students here at San Jose State. And one of them, Tommie Smith, won the gold medal in the men's 200-meter race, and his colleague John Carlos won the bronze. Together they wanted to make a statement about human rights. And it would be hard to overstate how shocking it was to people in the stands and people watching on TV. In fact, this was the first time the Olympics have been broadcast live. Let's take a closer look. The 60s was a turbulent decade in the United States. The country was divided over the Vietnam War, and civil rights took center stage as Lyndon Johnson signed into law two civil rights bills. But there was much more work to be done in implementing those laws. At the time, the media liked to portray the black athlete as a success story for racial democracy in the United States. But much work remained for true racial equality, and the black athlete knew it as well as anyone. In October of 1967, Harry Edwards, a sociologist at San Jose State and a black activist, formed an organization called the Olympic Project for Human Rights. Its purpose was to combat segregation and racism throughout the world. Early on, they proposed a boycott of the Olympics in Mexico City. Eventually, the athletes of San Jose State decided to participate in the Olympics because it would give them a bigger voice. And in fact, on October 16, 1968, Tommie Smith won the gold medal in the men's 200-meter race with a time of 19.83 seconds, the first man to break the 20-second mark. Australian Peter Norman was second with a time of 20.06. John Carlos's time, 20.1. But what happened next lives on in the history books, a silent, strong image. John Carlos and Tommie Smith had decided to speak out to the world in favor of human rights, although silently and symbolically. The two athletes had walked to the podium in their black socks, carrying their shoes to represent black poverty. The necklace of beads that John Carlos wore represented those who had been lynched or killed. Each athlete, even Peter Norman, wore a button from the Olympic Project for Human Rights. Both Tommie and John had a black glove, and during the playing of the national anthem, they raised their fists in a symbol of black power, but also power for all oppressed people, while Tommie Smith bowed his head and said a prayer. The fallout was immediate, boos and catcalls while they walked off the field, vilified in the press, and expelled from the Olympic Village 2 days later. But fortunately, that was not the end of the story. People came to realize the truth and the power of their gesture. In 2005, San Jose State commissioned the artist Rigo 23 to create a statue honoring the two men, which the two runners visited for the 50th anniversary of their race. And what about Peter Norman? Peter Norman's spot on the podium is still there for you to take a stand. Thanks for joining me today. Catch you later. Bye.